Okay, you YouTubers, hang here while we stall, kill some time, and we do a little song and dance little routine. Can you hum a few bars of something?
Uh, oh,
Do.
say, can you see?
I can't stand up while I do this, Chris.
Can't sing when I have that going on.
That's interference. What we call in the ham radio world is QRM. QR Mary.
Yeah,
What?
That's one of the Q codes for interference.
interference.
Yeah, if it happens to be noise like from atmosphere or whatever, which could also apply, it's QRN as in November, QR Nancy.
Well, it is Happy Monday.
Yeah, for some it's not. Your vacation's over.
That was a short vacation.
But your unpaid vacation is over.
Yeah.
Now you can start getting your money for the time that you were gone. But I'm hearing conflicting information about whether that was actually going to occur or not. Are we up and live?
1 second.
1 second.
You gotta give it time.
Time's
to go
up.
through its system.
Okay, YouTubers, we're still here. We're going.
Yeah, we're live.
And according, I never
Master
ever,
control.
as when I used to be something that I have been accused of being, but of being a very bad one lately, a journalist.
Oh.
But I'm not a journalist, so it's not. But I never would allow that word to be used, alleged, or any version of it. As a lawyer in the broadcast industry, but consulted our lawyer in TV.
Right.
Alleged only softens the amount of money that they will collect from you. You better be able to contribute, attribute whatever you say to somebody who can be held accountable.
All right.
Good morning, I'm Rayford Brown,
I'm Chris Marks.
Good morning. I'm Lee Barrows.
the queen of Facebook.
Times,
Take it.
it is sometimes Facebook will come right on and pop on, and other times it likes to
It went
aggravate
black.
you.
What's going on?
What? No, I said we're live. This is Monday. Let's not start the week like this.
We
It
ended it.
is a happy Monday, and I can safely say it's off to work this week for one and all, maybe.
Wow.
The 40-day-old government shutdown with government workers on furlough is ending. We'll talk about that more about that in a few minutes.
Yes.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Don't buy a word of what they're telling you. It's the 10th day of November, and what is so special about this date? Anyone out there, name it. What's so special about this date?
Including us. Can we name it?
I hope
Can we?
you better.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Marines.
There you
birthday.
go.
Happy birthday, Dad.
For all y'all who can't remember 250 years ago, I do.
Happy.
I was still there. The Second Continental Congress of a rogue nation of rebels authorized the raising of 2 battalions of Marines. Today, November 10, 2025, marks the anniversary of the U.S. Marine Corps. Happy birthday to all of our Marines, current and past, as well as their families. From a grateful nation, we thank you, one and all. And a good morning, fresh from the spring-like weekend. We move straight into a change in the weather. Oh. That will give us some fall-like weather to deal with this week. And it's going to be sort of on the nasty, sloppy, windy, cold side. I'm Rayford Brown, the hateful one.
Yesterday was such a beautiful day at the beach. Oh, it was 82.
I hope you got sunburned.
I did get a little
So when you wrap up in all your woolly blankets tomorrow night, it itches.
I will not be
And
in
it
right
hurts.
now. My window will be cracked. I'm Chris Marks.
Somebody going to throw a rock at your window?
No, I just it's refreshing to have.
Oh, you keep it open.
Yeah.
You didn't mean cracked.
No,
as in-
no, cracked.
I got you.
No,
and
no.
you are?
Oh, we already did this.
No, we
doing
did
it.
not.
Yes, we
We're
did.
doing it officially.
We're doing it again. Oh,
We-
well, anyway, good morning. I'm Lee Barrows
You didn't.
again.
We didn't say who we were until just now.
No, we did earlier.
Yeah.
We already did, didn't we, Chris?
Yeah, but this had comment. This had
Raver's trying to
substance.
mess me up bad this
That doesn't have anything to do with that. Had some great parades in Jacksonville and Moorhead Saturday.
Right.
Thank you to those who
Beautiful.
turned out to celebrate veterans serving in our armed forces and to all those who have served over the decades. Veterans Day, of course, is actually tomorrow, the 11th day of the 11th month, and it's going to be at the 11th hour of that day. Nice participation and all those who entered the parade. Thank you. And, we did hear it live and local on Saturday. Need not spend a ton of money to get a professional float done.
Right.
That's not what this parade is all about. People like us with Lee's pickup truck, 3 flags and a couple of chairs for Lee and me, and a chauffeur, my wife.
Best chauffeur ever.
That was just fine. Chris, well, he had his own chariot. He didn't want to ride with us. He had one custom built for him. He was being a crime fighter, crime stopper. He stops crime before it becomes too bad. He's part of the Crime Stoppers group. A benefit for Marines and civilians alike here in Onslow County for a couple of decades now. That's what Crime Stoppers does.
25 years.
Chris was there to honor our veterans as well. And one of those veterans is pretty special. Kathy, a.k.a. Corporal Marks, a.k.a. Stephanie, a.k.a. Marine, in full Marine Corps uniform. You know, I checked my issued Coast Guard Dixie Cup style cap.
Yeah.
You know, that's what those things were called, right? The sailor caps, they're known as
Is that
Dixie
the round ones?
Yeah, the round white ones.
Okay.
It's lost a couple sizes. I think it shrunk. And is more beige than it is white these days. It's hiding in the cedar chest back there. Kathy was looking sharp riding alongside Chris with a uniform that actually fits like a glove. The parade route is pretty long, and a lot of folks turned out to pay respect. I think that we here at Live and Local, we got a year. I'd like to see that street, both sides of Western Boulevard, lined with y'all, all y'all.
It would be nice.
It would be wonderful. I was told that Friday's parade, I was listening to one of our ham radio guys.
Yes.
And they were working the parade over in Morehead City. And at 11:30, it was still going strong.
You do know who was responsible for that parade
It
in
was
Morehead
not
City?
you. You can't take credit for
No.
that, too.
It was our very good friend Pete Benton. He's
Yep.
the one that put all that together.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Pete.
Good job.
Absolutely. And they were going strong. And thanks to the Onslow Amateur Radio Club folks here for providing communications up and down the parade route. We did it we were the mobile unit.
We were mobile.
Yeah, we were mobile. We gave reports as we went along and made sure nothing was happening. And that's why they were up and down every few blocks, every couple of blocks, there was a ham there, perched with a radio in hand to make sure we could stay in touch, and just in case something happened along the parade route.
Well, we had wait a minute, I got to get this right. Ham Hans standing there at the big intersection,
Yeah.
right in the middle.
Hans, being the retired sheriff here in
Yes.
Onslow County, complete with his radio and his camera. And we got proof of it because he got our picture.
We got
And
his.
somebody got a picture of him with us going by, and other people's going by too. So Hans was out there. And I think we had, what did they say? 18 of our club members were
Yes.
on station.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. 2 of them were located up in the police department's east. So we got a station up there. So they were operating from there just in case communications needed to be relayed to the EOC personnel right away.
That's right.
I
That's
Right away. So,
two things I would like to. I know I saw a few of our listeners, especially Robert
Yes.
and Kathy. Were
Oh,
there,
yeah,
and-
I
saw quite a
and,
few.
Robert's bride.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is if anybody along the parade route found a red, white, and blue skirt that belongs to
excuse me. I will say that one more time.
red, white, and blue skirt that we had on the front of the Crime Stopper vehicle.
Okay. Ooh.
Somewhere between Country Club and Western and Bryn Mawr Road, it got lost.
It came loose.
It came loose. That's the only one that came loose, and
Were you?
we were in front of you.
Chris
I
lost
didn't
his
see it.
skirt. If
Yeah.
anybody finds a skirt
Yeah.
on Western,
He will.
Don't say it. No, don't go there.
He will
Don't.
proudly prove it's his by putting it on for you.
Shit, that's it.
And then
you started.
he will
I
take it
lost my
off.
skirt.
And then he'll be Chippendale.
It's a
Da, 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 da.
red, white, and blue skirt that was on the front of the Crime Stopper vehicle.
It looks like it's somebody in front of us must have grabbed it.
Well, the ones in front of you were the Corvette Club.
Yeah, that was like the 100 cars of the
Oh,
Corvette.
yeah.
Oh man, some nice looking Corvettes, but there was a lot of them.
I liked
Yeah.
our Boy Scouts right behind us. You know, those guys were really
Yeah.
cool.
I like the concrete truck, the great
Oh,
big one, Southern Concrete and
Southern Concrete.
Pumping. They
I
had
might be able to use their concrete sometime. You never can tell.
that truck
Can you put,
wrapped
can you put some
so
wet concrete in a bucket?
patriotic.
I need some wet concrete in a bucket.
Yes.
It'll handle size 13 shoes.
Oh, yeah, you can. I have
I'll go to Lowe's and get you a bag and mix it for you.
a club.
You'd have to.
I have a
you know,
club.
that would be traceable.
Oh, that's right. I'd be on video, wouldn't I?
Yeah, and
okay.
credit card or however you buy. Yeah, I know I do.
I belong to a club that have plenty of them.
Yeah.
That's not a club. That's a family.
Anyway, it was a beautiful day for the Veterans Parade. We
Sicilians.
did have a nice crowd turnout. We saw a lot of friends of our
Mm,
show.
Yeah.
And
We did.
thank you all for waving at
I'm
us.
still
And
curious. There was one gentleman there as
it's
we
gonna
were
make
in
you
the
crazy.
Bryn Mawr, just before we got to the Bryn Mawr Road
Yeah.
area, where there were really no people. There's a big fence there, you know,
Right.
that separates the neighborhood from Western. And there were a few people scattered along there. And there's one gentleman, I think I know at least a lady who was with him and maybe one more person. And suddenly he stands up and he comes over and
he's
of
like,
course,
"Where's Raver?"
I couldn't exactly see over there because I
Right,
was on the
right.
opposite side of the flags. And then I heard my name and I'm like, uh-oh. And do I duck or run? But anyway, he came out and you said, he's right there. Oh, yeah. Thanks for giving me up.
Hey,
I was waiting for him to get shot.
I was ready just to lay low.
But anyway, he
Just in
came over
case.
and so I said, hey, and I waved at him and he took our picture. And I was just curious.
If you're
I-
listening and you took Raver's
I
picture,
may
please
have-
let us know who you are.
He looks kind of similar, familiar, but I wasn't.
He knew
It was
you.
very, very brief movement.
It was all about you. It was like, lady, move out of the way. Where's Raver?
Well,
No, I'm just kidding. He was
I-
a very nice man.
I finally
Very nice
figured
man.
out who it was.
Who?
The official whose flag he tried to take at the Cardinal football game. He wanted it back.
Got your mug shot now.
It's for sale. Okay, let's get on to some serious junk going on here this morning. Hey, look, the zoo and DC. When do they get double time when they have to work on the weekend? Because they don't work during the week. Should they get double time when they work on weekends? It did look for a while like our government
No.
leaders were not going to overcome some budget issues and stop acting like children and reopen the government. That's what I was looking at throughout the weekend, bits and pieces here and there.
Mhm.
And my searching, looking for stuff that was going on or not going on, I found bits and pieces of a lot of other stuff. We'll talk about it in a second. But late last night, 40 days down the drain, and there appears to be an agreement between the warring factions in District of Columbia
Right.
to make everyone go to work, except them. And then they're to resume bickering about some things, including Obamacare, the so-called Affordable Care Act. The Obamacare whole program, the Affordable Care stuff, was created, as I recall, to give certain folks who were making too much money to get Medicaid, who were too young for Medicare, to be able to get some insurance cheap or maybe even free. Is that the way you understood
Mhm.
it?
Yep.
They could not get Medicaid even though they needed medical care. And because they were making too much money to be able to do that, but not enough money to be able to afford insurance. They were in one of those things. Catch 22.
Yeah.
Quit working, I would be in the right boat to be able to get it. But if I quit working, I won't be able to eat food. Okay, I understand that problem. It's supposed to be business as usual. The longest shutdown in our 250 years as a nation means that a small number of idiots we elect will be able to hold the nation hostage again anytime it wants. They set the stage for that future problem. This was a record. I'm not blaming the Senate, as so many other people have been doing, because the House passed the budget extension to begin with, right?
Yes, they
Yes.
did. They passed the
Okay,
bill.
but the Senate said, "Now hold your taters."
Mhm.
After learning a lot about what led up to the mess we're in, the individual that might be the biggest problem is not even in the Senate, and it's not the president. 6 weeks ago, Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana, he was appearing a lot before members of the Senate. Didn't get a whole lot of media attention back then. And this was on the eve of the shutdown. And he started revealing a lot of stuff about the issues, explaining why the Senate was not going to support the budget that the Democrats were pushing forth. And that created the impasse. The president, old money pants himself, said he wanted $1.7 trillion in stupid projects removed from the budget submitted by the Democrats. Don't get upset. One of those projects called for $3.6 million to fund pastry cooks, transgenders, male prostitutes, and the clients of those male prostitutes in Haiti.
Money well spent, not.
$3.6 million. And the thing is, we've been spending that money since the Biden years because that got through at that time. That was just the tip of the iceberg. Other budget matters that we have been forced to fund included money for male prostitutes. What is this with male prostitutes? To fund male prostitutes in an African country, circumcision surgeries in that same country, all to the tune of millions of U.S. tax dollars. But during this time that's been in place, we could not find the money to support homeless veterans in this country, men and women who have worked to keep us free from such tyranny. Senator Kennedy said the ringleader accidentally slipped up back in October. Now, the Senate is the one that they were the people, the 100 men and women in the Senate, they were the ones who had to make these calls, right? That's where the buck was stopped for the time being. The ringleader is not a member of the Senate. But in October, she slipped up when she told the media that if the Republicans actually wanted to avoid the shutdown, they would have to deal with her. Really? Would that have been perhaps FLOTUS, the First Lady? Nope. Kennedy said a small group of Democrat socialists are holding this country hostage. He told Chuck Schumer at that time that to the New York senator's face that he was not in the group. He was not a socialist. He said, Chucky, baby, you ain't a socialist. You're not part of that group. But he leads the Democrats, all of them. Kennedy likened the government today to a football game. U.S. Representative, who is not a senator, AOC, is the quarterback, he said, and her backup quarterback is Senator Bernie Sanders. Did we hear from him yesterday? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Schumer and the other Democrats are
Oh, yes.
catering to them, according to Senator Kennedy.
Schumer.
Kowtowing would be a better word. Kennedy accurately predicted back in October that New York City would be taken over by a socialist. This was before the shutdown began. This was in October, 6 weeks before the election.
Mm-hmm.
And he was right. The largest city in the United States is now run by a socialist mayor. That's where we are today. The largest city in the United States of America is under socialist control. I'm just shocked.
I'm a little shocked, but not totally.
I'm not surprised, but I am shocked that we've gotten here.
When I see, and
I'm not.
don't get me wrong, and feel free to call and express your opinion about it because we want to hear from you. 910-333-0139. When I watch television and I see Bernie Sanders, I'm going to tell you,
I thought he was going to
He-
stroke out last night.
I'm not sure if he,
Stop it, Reefer.
I'm not sure if he has grandchildren. I'm not picking on, but just he's a scary individual. Then Chuck Schumer,
He's just lost.
he really is. So I just want to make it clear. The Democrats want to give you medical care. The Republicans don't want to give you Medicare, but we Democrats want to give you Medicare.
And it does not matter whether you're an American, whether you're here legally, illegally, or otherwise. They want to give it to one and all. Let me explain to you one more thing that Senator Kennedy pointed out.
Mhm.
He checked. He's from Louisiana. He pulled the Louisiana Affordable Care Act stuff. Did you know he found 1,600 people on getting affordable care
Mhm.
with incomes of between $100,000 and $600,000 a year? They're not poor. They're not in need of financial aid. But they applied for it and they got it because it was free.
Mhm.
It was free. So for you folks who are down here who can't get it now, you've got certain people to blame for that. The people who allowed these other people to apply for it, people who got money, as they say, they were allowed to get this money that could have gone to people who really do need it, or to other places, including homeless veterans. It could have gone to any number of places, but no, they got it because they simply didn't want to pay their fair share. You talk about wanting to pay a fair share. They didn't want to pay for their own insurance.
Well, before we go to weather, one last comment about Bernie Sanders. And I'm a person that deals with facts and logic. He does not. What makes him an expert to say that if ACA went away, 50,000 people will die every year without?
It's pure exaggeration.
We're going to have
It's
50,000
just pure
people to die every year
ridiculousness.
regardless.
All right,
We're
hopefully,
going to have 30,000 of them to die on the roads.
right. Should be over the next couple days, probably today. The Senate will finish voting on what they need to do. Last night was a huge vote that put all the arguing aside and made it now available to open and start voting on what needs to be voted on. After that, it's going to go to the House. Like I said, Mike Johnson's going to have to call in all the House members that have been sitting at home on vacation. He's going to have to call all them in. And there will be no problem there with them signing it. They have the majority. That's all you need is a simple majority now from this point on. If there's 100, you need 51 votes in the Senate. And in the House, you need the majority, which is a Republican majority. So anyway, once that's done, they'll walk it over, give it to Trump. He'll sign it. And by the end of the week, the government should be opened back up. So
The marine forecast, not the best week for venturing offshore. Gale warning in effect from late tonight through Tuesday morning. Today, northwesterly winds 15 to 20 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. They're 6 seconds apart. Sounds and rivers choppy. That's today. Tuesday, tomorrow, it can get really sloppy. Northwesterly winds 25 to 30 knots, gust of 40 knots. That's about 47 miles per hour. Becoming westerly 20 to 25 with gust up to 30 in the afternoon. Seas big, 5 to 7 feet. Sounds and rivers very rough, diminishing to rough in the afternoon. Wednesday, westerly winds 20 to 25 knots with gust of 30. Seas 5 to 7 again. Sounds and rivers rough.
today will be partly sunny, then gradually becoming sunny with a high near 56. Northwest wind 10 to 14 miles per hour with gusts high as 22. Tonight, take note, partly cloudy with a low around 29. 29 degrees. 29. And I would say that you need to bring in any plants that you have that
Yeah.
cannot withstand the cold. Bring in your animals, turn off your water hoses, undo them, wrap your pipes. Tomorrow, Veterans Day, sunny with a high near only 48 degrees. Tuesday night, clear with a low around 32. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 60. And I think you've got something that says we might have some flurries
National
tonight.
Weather Service, checked yesterday, last night late, and they say that tonight and tomorrow morning between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m.
1 a.m.
there is a possibility, not
You
a
listen,
guarantee.
Candy?
There is a possibility of flurries. They didn't say snow flurries. I'm not sure what other kind of flurries it could be. Maybe bunnies. Wind blowing the fur off of them could be
Yeah.
flurries, right? I don't know. They just say flurries. They did not specify snow, but they said flurries possible between 1 and 4 in the morning.
Chris,
how
Google
many
flurries.
how many of y'all know that that's going to actually be happening? If it happens,
Who's staying up to watch?
I probably will.
Yeah, not me.
Anyway, there's that possibility, according to the National Weather Service report last night. It is going to be cold, though. And really, bring your critters in, and if we do get a couple feet of snow on the ground or something, put some food out there for the birds and whatever.
Yes, that would be
Kidding
nice.
about that. You don't have to worry about that yet.
That
Save
would
it for
be
later.
nice.
But there is that possibility. Plants, if you've got plants that are susceptible to frost damage or freezing damage, sometimes it freezes and there's no frost. Sometimes it frosts and it doesn't reach freezing. That's the way it works. So either one of them will hurt your plants. So wrap them up, bring them in, do something else with them. What else? Oh yeah, around the county here, around the county and over into Cedar Point area.
Okay.
On the southwest area this morning, Randy with the Amateur Radio Club here on the Amateur Radio Club says it's 55 degrees. He's on his golf cart. 90% humidity. It's cloudy. He said they had overnight 0.1 inch of rain. Joe over in the borough, a.k.a. Swansboro, 61 degrees this morning. Said it was overcast, and he had at his house last night 0.19 inches of rain. And he also is over Emerald Isle. Joe ran over there this morning early, and he said it was 63 degrees there. The wind was blowing about 5 to 10 estimated. Lee out there, not this one, the other one. Lee in the back swamp area, 56 degrees, 88% humidity, northwesterly winds, 5 miles per hour, and about 0.13 inch of rain. Dale, who is over in River Bend, 55 degrees. Winds out of the northeast, running 5 to 6 miles per hour. And he originally said it was a 0.10 inch of rain in the rain gauge. AF5CT, being his wife, said, no, it's 0.11 inch of rain. Go, Carol. Ward out in Cedar Point, 57 degrees, 87% humidity, light winds out of the northeast, and 0.23 inches of rain. He had some rain out there. We had a pretty good rainstorm here in the middle of the night last night. More lightning here. The rain was further away. We didn't get a whole lot here. Woodlands area, Lady Blue, 56 degrees, 88% humidity, winds out of the northwest at 4 to 5, and 0.12 inch of rain in her rain gauge. Bill, he doesn't check in much at this time of morning. Out in Catherine's Lake, 55 degrees. The lake has not frozen over. It did rain earlier, but he didn't have the amount that it rained. So anyway, here in studio, at the time it was 53 degrees. It's down now to 50 degrees. It was 92% humidity. It's down to 86% humidity. The winds out of the west-northwest. They're still out of the west-northwest. They're running at about 4 miles an hour now. We had gusts up to 9 and 0.07 inch of rain in the old rain gauge. We have a caller. I didn't see who. Did you?
Well,
You were too fast on the button.
last note on the weather. Our high,
You were so fast.
our high today was at 12:27 this morning.
And it's going to not get any warmer. No. Oh, my
Well,
goodness
thank you,
gracious. Jim.
Weatherman Jim.
Bald-headed guy. I mean, it's all right.
Good morning. We have a
Lord
caller.
have mercy.
It's Phil.
Hello.
Oh,
How
hi,
are you,
Phil.
Phil? What's
Hey,
going
Phil.
on?
Not much. It's snowing.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I was gonna mention I was seeing reports late last night from
Oh,
Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan,
Chicago.
Chicago. That's in Illinois too, and Minnesota. It was snowing and in the upper 20s at the time. So that's about where you are too, right?
In Ohio. Baltimore,
Ohio.
Okay.
OH.
Ohio.
All right.
Number one ranking in
That's
college
okay.
football.
Yeah, there you go.
Number
What's
one.
going on?
Not much. Just calling, saying that, I quit watching TV, all the news and crap, and so my life is good. I'm not stressing out about that crap anymore.
We're good. You can keep watching the crap. Just listen to us. We give you all the crap, and they'll give you all the news. It's not worth the
Yeah,
crap.
it's not the first
That's
time
not
won't be the
really-
last.
No, I was scrolling through Facebook, and the town that I grew up in, Whitehall, they found a 14-year-old with the AK-47 at the park that I went to on a regular basis. I played football and baseball. Wasn't good at baseball, so yeah.
Did they find a real
Right,
AK-47, or did they find what
Yeah,
somebody
it
said
was
looked
a real
like?
It was a real AK-47.
Okay.
So, Phil, without giving out your exact location for your safety purposes, are you like near Ketterington, Dayton, Columbus area?
No,
Okay,
I'm about 45 minutes from Columbus.
gotcha. Okay.
And about 300, 400 miles from the other Columbus, right?
Yes. But yes, there was a bad accident on the highway Friday night involving a semi. Luckily, no one was killed. Struck a fire truck.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
That's
So
rough. That's rough.
How?
Prayers for the family.
Was the truck lit up, or was it?
fire truck was lit up at an accident scene blocking a part of the, I call it the fast lane. Number one lane, I guess that's what the police department calls it, and highway patrol, number one lane. They had it blocked and everything.
Sorry.
So, yes.
So somebody comes along and hits a fire truck, just all lit up.
Yes. So,
what time of night was it before I tell you how much he blew?
I was coming through there about 9 o'clock, so probably having about 8:30, somewhere around there.
As a Friday night, he probably left the office party. Gotcha.
Actually, it was a tractor trailer that struck the.
Oh, no, really?
Yes.
That's unusual.
It is. But the bad thing about it is, a few years prior to that, there was a major accident. Well, not accident, incident. Collision. You don't like calling them accidents.
Wrecks.
With a charter bus with kids on it going to a band competition.
I saw that on the news last night.
It killed probably about 6 people, I think it was, and everything. And the semi driver, I believe they tried him for murder, but they got him for vehicular manslaughter. So,
wow.
Yeah, and there are some roads because I started a new career last month and everything, and there's roads that I can't believe that there's vehicles driving on these roads. That they're all gravel roads in Ohio still.
Really?
It's hard to. It's been a while since I've driven up there, but there were some.
I don't think I've ever driven in Ohio. I've gone into Cincinnati, but it was.
This is all country back roads.
Yeah.
I flew there.
Are you flew into John Glenn Airport?
I'm assuming because it's been a while. So
But in Cincinnati, it was probably on the Kentucky side that they call it Cincinnati Airport.
Yeah,
could have been because it seemed like I did cross the big old river there.
Ohio River.
The one that is muddy, brown.
It is, yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
Ohio River.
It's one that anybody could walk on the water there.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes.
Well, you
It's
look,
nasty.
you look a little bit to the right. I think, Phil, don't you? That separates Pittsburgh and
No.
No, it's further away than that.
Probably from Pittsburgh. I'm probably about 3 hours from Pittsburgh,
Okay.
where I live.
That area there is where a guy named Buford Pusser down across the border in Kentucky. Was it Kentucky or Tennessee? Was it Tennessee?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where he was. So
Where I live close to where a famous general for the Civil War was born and raised and everything. So,
which one did it start with an S?
yes,
Second letter was H.
yes.
I'll stop there.
Please stop.
Did not know that until, I grew up in Ohio, went to a high school system. They never mentioned that general at all in
Yeah, I
school.
don't understand why. Hey, I had my dentist. I had to go over to a specialist here in Jacksonville one time to get a root canal stuff done because it was a little more complex. And my dentist sent me over to see this other guy, and I got into his office, and I said, "My Lord, his name was Sherman." And I said, "We got to have a chat here. Are you kin to that general from back in the 1800s, born in Ohio, raped and pillaged and burned his way through the South?" He said, "Go over there and look at my name on because his initials, I'll tell you. And go look over there at my little thing on the wall, my license, and tell me what you see." His name was Robert E. Sherman. His mama and daddy had a sense of humor. I said, "You're good. No problem."
At least you haven't brought up the dentist.
But yeah, it's snowing. It's 26 degrees.
Yeah, ouch. Nope. Don't want to keep it, please.
Trust me. There's farmers still has corn and soybean.
Yeah.
But still.
Mm-mm-mm.
And there are places, Centerville is one that comes to
Ohio?
mind that,
Uh-huh.
that in the wintertime, because my first visit to Ohio, I was wearing flip flops and a tank top and shorts, and it was snowing.
And it was January, right?
yeah,
Because you're from the South. I know.
December or something, and I know I was, and
In Ohio
yeah,
in January. I've seen Januaries here in North Carolina, but not in Ohio.
Well, I
He didn't
I'll
know-
tell you,
he
there's
didn't know
people
where
that
he was
wear
going.
shorts and flip flops here, and it's snowing.
yeah, and I
I've
guess
done
that's why
that.
people looked at me funny when I was in one of the grocery stores. It wasn't that bad,
Uh-huh. Sure.
but they have green grass. Philly, they have grass green year round.
Yes.
See, there you go.
Yeah, people that has
Cut
the artificial
It's
turf.
ryegrass.
Whatever it is, they're cutting it in January after the
Yeah,
snow
but it's
melts.
rye. Yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
You can plant ryegrass here. I did it by house in Wilmington, my yard 1 year just to see it. I wanted to see green grass, and I planted a whole yard in ryegrass, right?
Yeah.
And I had to do some aerial photos. So my pilot, he said, just go over my house. So we did, and I shot the whole neighborhood. There was one little green patch, one lot that had green grass in it. And of course, I made hay with that.
Huh.
Oh, pardon the pun, but
Yes.
it was cute. But I have no use for green grass in the wintertime.
Okay.
It's just not real. Phil,
But the company I work for, they have taken their packages away from the post office here. They said that they're having too many problems with the post office not delivering the packages like they're contracted to do. So
We'll send Lee up there. She'll straighten it out.
yeah,
I'll
she'll straighten them out.
That's right. Here she comes.
she's already making notes and getting ready. She's booking a plane ticket. Well, of course,
They'll pay for it.
She
I
won't
used
get
to
off
have
the
a
ground
government
this week,
card.
but
Yeah. Be careful of your
It may
flights.
take me a week to get there if I'm flying.
Yeah, I'll take about 10 hours to drive it.
Yeah, no
Not her.
thanks.
I was going to say 9 if you're me. But
No, it would 11 and a half for me because I'd have to be stomping a lot.
I thought that's what you had the pickup truck for.
I'm not touching that one.
I got
Unless you want-
something I want to
Yeah.
Switch conversations when
Okay.
we're done with Phil. I have something important there that I
No.
want to bring up.
Uh-oh.
No.
Have a good one.
You
Bye,
too,
You too, Phil.
Phil.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
calling.
Bye.
Have a blessed day.
Enjoy the snow. Bye.
Thursday night on the Fox Nation Awards,
Last week.
our very own Major Capers
Yay.
was awarded the Salute to Service Award.
Good.
So if anyone was able to catch it, and I've put 3 different clips on our Facebook page where you can go back and watch him be presented with the award.
Good.
And, he's been on our show twice.
There he
It's
is.
been a while back when he wrote his book, Faith Through the Storm. And then another time when he was in here because we were letting let him talk about his efforts to secure the National
Medal of Honor.
Medal of
Mhm.
Honor, which they're working very hard on. And all that stuff is in DC on the president's desk. So hopefully he'll be receiving that soon. But before he stepped off the stage, when he did his little speech, which was fantastic, they said, wait a minute, we have another surprise for you. And the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, came out and shook his hand, actually hugged him. And it was so good to see. But congratulations, Major Capers. Well done. You deserve it. You earned it. And thank you for what you've done for all of us and for this country. And let's get them that national, get them that Medal of Honor.
If they can get that board up there straightened out,
Right.
if they would just turn loose a couple of vigilante type
Right.
of people that I know that need to go in there and fix it
Right.
legitimately, mostly,
Mhm.
hmm
then
Well-
we might get something done in this
I
country.
will tell you that everyone there at the presentation were on their feet the entire time that Major Capers was on the stage.
And he looked good.
He did look
He,
good.
because we were there at his house about a month ago, pinning him with the
Right.
Vietnam Veterans commemorative pin.
Right.
And he looked sharp then.
Yes. He's doing very,
yeah,
very
he really
well.
is.
I saw Frank was with him at
Mhm.
the award ceremony. Frank is the gentleman that's kind of the spearhead on doing all the things that they've done to try to get him the Medal of Honor. So, and he looked really good up there too, but Major Capers looked really good. I was so proud to know the man and to
Yeah.
see him up there. So well deserved.
Yep, he's a very deserving
He's a
individual.
hero. Yes.
Yeah, we got a few of them around here.
Yes,
We
we do.
do.
Quite a few.
We do. The Grand Marshal of the parade Saturday,
Mhm.
Mike Dugan.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I
sat-
know him.
Yeah, I
Yep,
sat.
knew him.
Kathy and I sat with him and his son last year at the NCO ball, and he was the oldest Marine, giving the piece of cake to the
Mhm.
youngest Marine, and there was somewhere around 71, 72 years difference in age.
Wow.
But Mike's just as sharp as a tack, and if he's listening, Mike, we love you. Good man.
Well, folks, we're coming up on the first of a couple of holidays here and Thanksgiving. With what the Senate did last night, things may be straightened out, but do y'all have any idea how close we were in this country shutting down with airports closing or with airlines not flying? Very few, limited number. Did you know that on a daily basis, according to the Secretary of Transportation, Duffy, I think that's his name,
Yes.
forgot his first name.
Sean
Sean,
Duffy.
that on a regular basis, we got a lot of air traffic controllers across this country, but on a daily basis, on the average, 4 to 5 people resign. They retire or they just quit, whatever.
Mhm.
Sometimes there's a big burnout deal in air traffic controllers. One of my classmates in high school was one of those guys, and he was like, it is kind of nerve wracking in there, especially in busy airports. But with 4 or 5 retiring every day, that's a heck of an attrition rate. During the last couple of weeks or so, it's up to 20 a day.
Yeah.
How in the world do you think they're going to be able to replace all of those even now? There is obviously the you really don't want air traffic controllers having to work overtime.
Oh, no.
Go think about that unless it's on days off. But even on days off, you would like to give them some time to get their heads back to earth. These guys are busy. They're like 911 dispatchers on steroids.
Yeah.
I still
Well-
do not see
It's not going to be
it
ready.
happening.
It's not going to be ready. No, we're not going to be up to full
No way.
strength. I don't care if they start right now.
The airlines have already said it'll take weeks and weeks in
Yeah.
order to get back to normal.
So for you folks who are thinking about the single busiest travel day of the year is what day?
Thanksgiving.
The airlines, the day before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Mhm. Thanksgiving holiday.
Single busiest traffic day in the airports is the day before Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
Weather has interrupted many times, has really screwed up a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't count on flying during the wintertime anytime, anywhere. Book that trip to Aunt Betty's house or Grandma's house for next July. You'll get there. But can you imagine making all these plans? Y'all still have a couple of weeks to go before Thanksgiving, so you may want to give some serious consideration to either leaving on Tuesday by car or putting it off.
Well, and you have people in business. We're talking about traveling now for home for Thanksgiving dinner with your
Yeah.
family.
Good luck.
Or you may be scheduled to go to Dallas, Fort Worth to see a football game on Thanksgiving Day to find
Whoops.
out that your trip has been canceled.
How's that going to work for you?
And the number one airline on the story last night, United Airlines, cut back hundreds of flights.
Yep. Yeah. So anyway, folks, that's what we've got to still look forward to, thanks to some hard-headed, stubborn jackasses. Actually, the four-legged version have got more common sense.
I'm not surprised by any of this.
I'm not either.
Not one bit. I mean, the Democratic Party did everything they could to keep Trump from becoming president. We know that.
Yep.
We know that. It's been proven. It's factual. It's out there. It's Tim Thomas. Now that he's become president, they're doing everything they can to make things hard.
Mhm.
And did you honestly think, no matter what was agreed upon or what was put into the budget for this upcoming year, that everybody was going to agree on it and the Democrats were going to say, yeah, good job, let's pass it on
No.
through? No, didn't happen. And if the situation was reversed, it would still be the same thing.
This effort is the
It's-
first major round of fire from the socialist group in this country that is taking over. This, knowing that they were going to get a mayor in the biggest city in the country,
Mhm.
the single biggest city in the country is New York City. Knowing that that was coming to pass, knowing that they had Bernie, hard-headed, half-wit Bernie in the
Bless
Senate,
Bernie, bless.
and then a growing number of socialists admitted and some hiding in the closet in the Senate and in the House. We, the people, have got to be careful from every level of our elected offices, whether it's in the county dog catcher if they elect him, to the water and sewer people. It does not matter who is elected. Look at the damage that they can do, even as one or two people in a group or in a town. Look at that. Just think about it.
I want to spend a
Tim,
weekend
I
with
got to
Bernie.
apologize to this young man for demeaning his critters, the jackasses of America. And I was referring obviously to the two-legged jackasses as being dumber than whatever, not your buddies and friends there, Tim.
Well, I mean, you still hit the nail on the head. It's like I told. I mean, they're Democrats. I mean, Andrew Jackson did it right. They're Democrats because they stand there at the gate for need. They
Yeah,
have
they
to
do.
work for it. Yeah, they do. I mean, some of them. You're talking about one talking about New York City. I've been to New York City. I've been to Long Island. I've been down in the Bronx. Long Island was a fantastic place. They were great people. They weren't really left wing over there. They're on their own little island, but now what I've been to places that tourists don't go. And I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised because you got filthy rich and dirt poor in New York City. That's what you got. Very few middle class. And the dirt poor get the handout. The filthy rich just sit around and drink their martinis. Talking about when they retire, they're going to move out. So that's what you got. And then, yeah, they can have. I just wish we could take an excavator and just dig around New York City and let it float off in the Atlantic Ocean. That's my opinion. Because I've been there. If I never go back, I'm a happy child.
Yeah, I understand.
Never go back. It just. No, go ahead.
I've lost nothing there. I've been there a couple of times, and the first time was in the 50s with my dad because he actually was considering, as I found out later, I had no idea why we went up there, but he went up there to talk to some people who wanted him to move there to set up a construction company. And I'm like, all I remember is we went in the wintertime driving a very old Chrysler sedan and slip sliding across the ice. And I'm like, why? Why? I was less than 5 years old at the most. And I said, why? No. So he went there the best time of year to say, I'm not going to do this because he was a Southern boy. That was not going to happen.
Tim,
I don't like blame you.
Tim, when you said you went up there, I'm making the assumption you were driving your rig, but did you ever have to try to take that rig through New York City?
I would go up in 95 and get off at the Mall 6. I was headed to Huntington Point, New York. Right downtown, that you go down that exit, you go straight. And the stuff I seen on the east side of that street is what I saw people trying to jump on the truck. I was told, when you get off that exit, don't you stop. And I mean, you don't stop, don't matter if the light's red. People would run out in front of you, and I was told just grab another gear.
Well,
Run over them if you have to. Yeah, because what they would try to do is they would try to get you to stop, take what you got, snatch you out of the truck and kill you.
good Lord, on that one.
I mean, and they walk around no clothes and cars burning on the side of the street where they had ripped the cars off, and when they got done, they burned them.
Yeah.
I've seen that on the George Washington Bridge. I've seen that on, what is it called, Frog Neck or Frog Leg Bridge over there, going into Long Island. Oh, yeah. I saw what the tourists don't get to see, and that was a I saw a woman standing up and speed right on the side of the street. And I went, my goodness. And I said, well, that was one of those T-shirts. That's what we call them that day.
Yeah.
No, she turned around and flashed me. No.
That's
My God.
That's why that city never sleeps.
You got that right. And then you can have them.
Timmy, Timmy, would you drive me up there one day and but I need to rig your truck first.
I would not want to, Ray. I really would. If I love you to death, and I would have to sit down and say, yeah, I'll carry it. But now Hunt Point is not. They've closed down the Hunt Point. That's most of your produce came in. For the truck, for bringing your produce, your dry goods, and all that stuff. And they had armed guards. They'd back you up.
Nah, don't need all these people that want to get aboard your truck and stop you and all that sort of good stuff. I say, I think I could do enough plumbing. I know some people. We could put some pipes down the side of your truck and have little holes and nozzles on them.
Yeah.
And inside that would be something called C4. Not C4. No, we better not do that. That would be that would really create. We could do a little bit of pepper though. Maybe a big canister of CS. That would work.
I mean, the first time I ever went, I told this story before. I got a load of watermelons out of Wearsdale, Florida. First load of watermelons going to New York. I did it, and I remember I was overloaded. And I told him, I said, man, I'm overloaded. Don't you worry about that. You just got it. It's going to take you a little while to get there. Because every way station I got to, driver pull over. You're about 10 melons too heavy.
You had to offload.
Offload. So I offload in. Got anything. North Carolina, right? You know.
They call that don't they call that a toll when you're going up that way?
I mean, they standing out there and just, drop off 10 melons here, 12 melons here.
That's your toll. That's your fare.
That's one of those.
When I got off it, no, go ahead, man.
No, I was just going to say, Tim, that's one of the places you want to have one of those quick pass. Just
Well, no, they're going to pull you in.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, when I got off at the wrong exit, and you had running down there, they got fences up on those walkways now. But the kid or somebody would jump off into that truck because it was open truck. It just
right.
It didn't have a tarp on it, and they threw watermelons off down the street, and people were running down behind him and trying to catch him. And I was told this before I left, and I just knew they were lying. I think no way, not a way.
You should have carried a pit bull with you in the back.
Yeah.
You couldn't. It was back then. It was if you had a firearm on your truck, it was automatic 2 years. Back then, and we were told that Massachusetts it was a year.
Yeah. Yep. I remember.
New York.
But a pit bull, a pit bull would be fine. Just put the pit bull in the back of the truck. Let them jump into that thing. Let's see how fast they get out. Yeah.
Oh, they'd shoot. They weren't worried about that then.
Okay.
But it's just amazing. But I did want to throw one thing. They got a bill in the House right now to get rid of some of these emissions on the truck, or get rid of all of these emissions that the EPA put in, and they're claiming it was unconstitutional and all. I've heard this crap for years. If they do that, folks, if they pass it and it'll be big news, don't think the groceries will go down. Or they're not. And what they're going to do, they want to eliminate this, I call it urea, but it's death that we have to put in these trucks to get rid of the harmful emissions.
Right.
Because it has costed the trucking industry so much money over the years to keep this maintained. It's not economical at all. And that was one of the reasons some of these companies, your freight went up. There's many, many reasons your groceries going up. And that was one of them. And they're trying to eliminate it. I hope they do. Because there's nothing more sorry than you sitting on the side of the road and your truck is derated and you've got to spend $3,000 to replace the nozzle. So God knows that makes you sick. And I've had to do it. I've had to sit on the side of the road, and then they take a wrecker and hook to it, carry it to the shop, and go in there and replace the nozzle, just to replace the nozzle. And all you need is a piece of lint to stop that nozzle up, and you're done. And they're trying to get rid of it. I hope they do. I don't expect they will, but I hope they do. But I just want to throw that out at you. If the Senate, how fast the Senate has, Trump said he will sign. and but don't expect your groceries to go down for a while. 'Cause you look, your diesel fuel and gasoline hadn't gone down as much as they promised.
All right, Jimmy.
Thanks,
You be
Tim.
All right,
careful.
y'all be good.
All right.
All right, behave.
Nope. I'll see you next time. Bye.
I'll see you the 13th.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
If I,
See, it's the 13th.
the 13th,
Is that a Friday?
no.
Good.
Well, no.
I don't want to do Friday. I'm taking all Friday 13th off. And even if they fall on a Thursday.
You're taking Thursday, Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just,
Friday the 13th falling on Thursday. I'm taking it off too, just in case.
I know we have a guest, so I don't want
We do.
to stop any conversation going on, but I do want to give a quick update on our Wreaths Across America because
Please, I want to hear this.
we're
A month.
about a month and 3 days away from the ceremonies.
Mhm.
And I want to thank our crew here because the family, you're part of the team.
The ramrod is right here. Y'all.
The team. You
and your wife, mate.
Not me, but we at Onslow Memorial Park that's never had a ceremony.
Mhm.
We have almost half of the 1,500 veterans sites covered.
Yay.
Yay. At the Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery, we have 2,975 of the 6,000 covered. And I want to give kudos, as we always do, to those who have given. And in particular, I want to thank Williamson Nissan, who made a generous donation of $850.
Nice.
That's 50
Nice.
wreaths.
Nice.
And to our councilman, Bob Warden, who
City Council. Good.
City Council made a donation, and so the crunch time is now, and people are starting to give.
Now,
And I want to thank everybody who's done it.
I asked our lady who is an expert in this arena,
Mhm.
It's called campaign financing and stuff like that. For those who,
Oh, Lee.
yeah, that would be Lee.
That
What?
would, yes, that's me.
That's Lee.
Right.
For all of those who have run for office and they're in office or they did not get it, they did not make it, that have campaign funds left over, contributions here, there ain't but certain ways you can deal with it. You can
Right.
save it for a future campaign, yes.
You can make a contribution.
Or you
out
can
of
make
your
a
campaign.
contribution to Wreaths Across America. Specifically, I'll just say we designated as that.
Well, what's important to note is that Chris is working under the National Wreaths Across America.
Yes.
They are our 501(c)(3).
Yep.
And they have their certification. And Chris can give anyone a W-9 because what money he gets goes directly to them. He's
Correct.
just like the gatekeeper. And so any money that you donate and you give through Chris and he sends up, it all goes to Wreaths Across America. So any elected official, they can reach into their campaign money and they can make a contribution to Wreaths Across America. I'm not,
To my campaign.
no, not to you. Your time's coming very soon, Royce.
Oh, your time's coming soon.
No,
she said.
he's going to be,
You worried.
aren't you up for re-election soon?
Yeah.
2026?
Next year.
Next year. So this December you have
Gotta
to file.
next month. Yes.
Next month. That's right. It is next
Yes.
month.
Yeah.
December's only a month away, and then it's on again.
I'll cover more about the ceremonies tomorrow.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we got some stuff coming
I
up.
just took your
Yeah,
conversation.
That's
away.
okay. No. Go ahead. No, we have a guest.
Give your money to Wreaths Across America. I was just kidding.
Right, right,
Thank
right.
you, Royce.
You've already bought all the votes you can get anyway. Did you do that? Royce Bennett is one of my esteemed county commissioners. We have a good group of commissioners here,
Yes, we
good group
do.
of city council people. And Royce has got his hands in, oh my God, so many things. He's the head dude at the Onwassa Onslow Water and Sewer Authority. Took me the longest time when I first saw that stuck on
say
a
it
water
right.
tower somewhere. When I drove through town again, I said, "What in the Sam Hill?"
I'd be like on
Onawassa
slow,
Wassa.
on-
Who the-
on-
It
yeah.
sounded like an Indian name, right?
It
Seriously.
does, doesn't it?
It does exactly that. And I'm thinking, what tribe is this?
It took me a while. On
But,
Wawa.
And then when I told her it was okay, this is for the water, and I said, oh, okay. ONF. Ah, that's Onslow. Water. Oh,
Yeah.
what's the rest of it about? So then I found out it also dealt with poop.
Yeah, let's talk
Oh, poo.
poop.
There you go. We
We
come
cover
to
it
that on
all.
a regular basis.
Show's starting to lighten up now.
Yeah.
Okay, Onslow, that's what you're here today to talk about, right?
I am. Yeah,
Okay.
I was at a hearing just last week
Mhm.
with the Division of Environmental Quality in Raleigh. And you know, Timmy hit the nail on the head when he talked about the federal EPA regulations that cost us so much money, because that's where all this comes from. The EPA 50 years ago made rules for discharge of wastewater and in 1985, the state of North Carolina, DEQ, made rules that to enforce the EPA's rules. And today, we're living under rules that were made in 1985.
I guess.
Now, I can tell you that
nothing has changed since then. So
Right,
what's wrong with that?
there's a huge difference in the water quality of the treated waste that we do now compared to what was done in 1985. Matter of fact, some of our plants discharge water that's so clean they told us we can't put it into the New River because it's too clean. Right. We have a couple of plants with where we pump the wastewater into a fish tank, and the fish love it. They you know, the water's clean enough that the fish can survive.
Yep.
So the goal here, the goal of the hearing, and the EPA changed those rules several years ago. The state finally, through legislation, changed the law in 2024, and now we've been working a year to try to get the DEQ, the Division of Environmental Quality, to change the rules so that we can discharge waste into low flow and no flow streams, ditches.
Okay.
Okay.
What kind of ditches?
Ditches that don't have water.
Waterless ditches.
Right. So
I thought all ditches had water.
well, they say
wait a
it's
minute.
low flow or no flow. So
Okay.
they might have a little bit of water.
Okay.
A little bit of water. But the point is the effluent that comes out of our sewer plants is clean enough to go back into the environment.
Very
And we're not permitted to do that. And the cost of treating sewage in Onslow County or in eastern North Carolina is the largest cost is literally what to do with it
It's
after
disposal.
you treat it.
Okay.
Right. Because the effluent,
A lot of it,
It's
they
very
have-
clean.
in some places they got spray fields, they got
Right.
this and they got that, but the water that you're talking about is cleaner than the stuff they're spraying out there on the drawn land. Right?
you can buy thousands of acres of pine trees like
Uh-huh.
the city did and spray it if you got the money. Ratepayers are going to pay for this. So
Mhm.
you can buy hundreds of acres and dig ponds and dump it into ponds and hope it'll evaporate. But you can't, it's very costly to discharge it. Yes, sir. I see a question on your face. I can
Well,
see
it
it.
is.
I'm just
Okay.
like-
So,
What? Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, we both had the same
We were
confused
like,
look.
what?
So we have clean, we have clean water, right?
Coming out.
Coming out.
Wastewater
Wastewater
is
that's
now clean, right? It's been cleaned through our sewer process. Yeah.
No, we're not talking about stormwater runoff. We're
No.
talking about regular
We're talking
wastewater
about
that comes
wastewater.
out of your toilet.
That's right.
Okay.
and 40 years later, because of what, something about 40 years ago, we can't utilize it other than to spray trees.
Well, for good reason. 40 years ago, we were dumping raw sewage into the New River.
Understood.
Exactly. I mean, and I was going to say that, you
I
know,
was
you
in
can
it.
look at Wilson Bay and you can see what kind of issues there we had 40, 50 years
It doesn't
ago.
have tidal
But
flow. It
it's-
has storm flows.
The point is that the government moves so slowly that 40 years later, we're still working under 1985 rules, and we can't seem to get them changed.
So what?
40
Um,
years, 40 days and nights, and 40 days of being furloughed. Oh,
So
God, that
Royce-
40 number.
What are we doing with the water now that has been treated?
So yeah, we have ponds, we have spray fields, we have all kinds of. Well, that's pretty much the disposal methods. Either you put it in a pond and let it evaporate
These are
and soak into the
self-man-made
ground.
ponds.
No. We have to dig. These ponds we have to dig the ponds. They have to be lined. They have to be. It's
Is the water
very
good enough-
complicated.
Is the water good
Okay.
enough to fill up
Gotcha.
swimming pools with?
I guess you could, yeah. I mean, sometimes when we have excessive flow, we have to pump it into trucks and haul it off somewhere else.
Well, let me
you
ask you
swim?
another question.
It's just a lot of issues with discharge. Yeah.
Fire trucks pull up to a fire hydrant that gets us water from the all treated water, the same kind of water that comes into my house, comes out of those fire hydrants, right?
hmm
Why don't we hook pipes up to your output and pump it into all the fire hydrants?
The main reason that we don't do that is because it'll cost
Cost
a lot of money. A lot of money. And Onwassa gets
was a good idea, though, wasn't it?
Onwassa gets no tax dollars. You
Right.
guys don't fund Onwassa
No.
with your tax payment. We don't get sales tax. We don't get property tax. We don't get any tax money.
You're a
The only
nonprofit.
Onwassa is a nonprofit. It's what do they call it? Semi-governmental agency or something like that. But the only revenue that Onwassa has comes from the ratepayers,
Right.
people who pay a water and sewer
User
bill.
fees.
If you're on Onwassa, you're paying the fee. And we have 59,000 customers, but
That's direct customers. How about
They-
those that the cities that you supply water to? They have customers too, right?
oh yeah, yeah.
Does that count those?
Yeah, that includes those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we wholesale water to Surf City, to the Marine Corps base when they need it, and even have connections with Jacksonville and Burgaw, Pender County. But the point is, every dime we spend comes from the ratepayers,
Yeah.
and so unless there's our Northwest treatment plant, the one out in Richlands on Gun Branch Road, was originally built to they call it purple water, the treated water that is used for non-potable purposes.
I know about gray water and I know about other water.
Yeah, it's purple
I
water.
didn't know about.
All kinds of colors of water.
You had to deal with purple.
But the
lots.
point is, I mean, that plant was originally built to produce water that could be recycled like that. But the cost of putting in the infrastructure to recycle it was so much that it wasn't feasible
Uh-huh.
for our customers to have to pay, and there aren't enough customers who want recycled water, wastewater, to use it. So
It could almost be because we go through droughts every year, it seems like, for a period of time. People on farms need irrigation. People in our yards need irrigating when we don't have enough rain. The fire hydrants, it looks like it could almost be, if we plan far enough in the future, a network for fire hydrants and for other people for disposal on their property. Would there be a problem with that water?
I think that'd be a great idea. We can find somebody to pay for it.
I need a finder's fee.
Chris don't wanna pay for
when
it.
you come up with that, I want a finder's fee.
Well, I mean, I'll take 135,000 gallons off of you right now for my pond, but Rayford, I can't pay for yours. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, that's always
Trust.
a challenge. But the point is, we're soliciting the Division of Water Quality now to change, and I'll let you post that. I don't have
Okay.
another copy you can keep, but if you
Okay.
can take but there's an open comment period until December the 15th.
Okay.
And it's relevant for people to understand that by changing these rules, it will save our ratepayers
That we need to,
tons of
we need
money.
to do that. Yes,
Because
definitely.
there's no place. I mean, the land in Onslow County, if you've ever looked at a wetland map,
Oh, yeah.
holy cow, it's surprised we
It's
can
a lot.
build anywhere. When you look at the whole county, and it looks like the whole thing is wetlands.
Mhm.
But yeah, trying to buy hundreds of acres of land to dispose of wastewater that is cleaner than what's in the New River.
How much
I mean-
wastewater is generated every year? How much do you
Oh my
treat that you
gosh.
have to dispose of? Do you know?
I don't have that number.
Okay,
in
there's
front
a
of me.
lot.
We should have got Frankie here for that. He could probably tell you that. I try not to, I don't dig in those quite that detail.
I'm just curious because it's got to be astronomically high.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, we treat a lot of wastewater, and we only have 16,000 wastewater customers. So our wastewater system is not nearly as big
Mhm.
as our water.
Mhm.
And you know, Onwassa being only 25 years old, if you think about it, Onwassa was formed in 2000,
Yeah.
and it was our original mission of Onwassa was to provide potable water to the citizens of Onslow County,
Right.
not fire suppression, not wastewater. But when Onwassa was formed and we took over the water and sewer assets of Holly Ridge and North Topsail Beach and Swanborough and Onslow County, there were wastewater systems that were involved in that transfer. So Onwassa is by necessity in the wastewater business. We try our best to service those customers too, even though they're a much smaller customer base than what the water base is.
I'm not saying this because you're here. I love the staff there. I have no complaints about Onwassa. I mean, when they see something like our water bill is going up way high for some reason, like filling up a pool or a pond, which I can buy off of you cheaper. They're very nice, and they're good people, and it's a good organization.
I agree. I think we have a lot of good people working. I was at a veterans recognition Friday. We recognized our veteran employees. Lots of veterans work for Onwassa, but
Probably quite a few of them came to work for you with experience
that's right.
from the
That's
Corps or whatever branch.
Absolutely. But let's see, you talked about there's been the water for hydrant issue all over the county.
Yep.
It requires a 6-inch water main for a fire hydrant to
Wow.
supply a fire hydrant. And we actually have legacy systems in the towns basically where they put in fire hydrants with only 4-inch water mains, and many of our water mains are 2-inch water mains. So the other thing you got to think about with water is water goes bad. We have, I don't have the stats in front of me. We have millions of gallons of water sitting in pipes all over Onslow County waiting to be used. Because when you turn your spigot on, there's got to be water in that pipe.
Be nice.
So for it to come out. So that water, if it's not circulated on a regular basis, it goes bad. You know, what happens to water if you put it in a jug and set it outside? I mean, so if you put in a 6-inch water main and there's not enough usage from the customers, that water goes bad, stagnates.
I never thought
And
about
you
that.
lose that water. It becomes waste. It becomes no good.
You wouldn't
So-
think about it not being used.
Well, that's right. But we have neighborhoods in the county where people consistently, they want fire hydrants because they think that that's going to help if they have a fire.
Reduce their
Insurance
insurance.
And actually, it doesn't necessarily
No,
reduce
not
their
much at
insurance
all.
rate.
No.
Yeah, because if the fire station has 2,000 gallons of water available, which is what
tanker
to
will
have
have, yeah.
a tanker and a pumper that carry in combination 2,000 gallons of water. They've got enough water to put out a fire without a fire
In most
hydrant.
cases, always,
Right,
yeah.
right. And they all practice with dump tanks and they can get to a water source anywhere. Not there's water sources all over Hunsel County.
With the
So,
pumper trucks, where do
but-
they get the water from?
the point is, they can get it. I've
Come
been
to your pond.
I've been to ponds, I've been to rivers, I've been
Swimming
to fire
pools.
hydrants, swimming pools. When you need water for a real fire, you get it wherever you can get it. The closest source you can get it from, Beg Bar, Steel, whatever. I've been in the volunteer fire department, and we've had
I
to do
saw
that
it
kind
happen
of
in New
stuff.
Hanover County where
So-
they sucked it out of swimming pools.
But the point is, we can't. Not only does it cost millions and millions of dollars to put in pipes, but then you put in the pipes in a neighborhood that doesn't have the flow or the need for a 6-inch water main, then you're wasting water every month because you got to flush it out and you got to throw it away. So we got to be very careful about where we put. That's why you see the fire hydrants. You go by and the fire hydrants
Test
are blowing water out all over the place. Well, that's part of the reason for that. They test the flow to make sure that it has the flow that it's supposed to
And
have.
test the hydrant itself to be sure it's still
They
working.
test the hydrant, but they also have to flush the water out to
Mhm.
keep the fresh water in there.
Wow.
So the millions of gallons of waste that we have every year are necessities, but that's treated water that's been through the process of good water to drink, but we
Maybe
have
we
to
should
throw
just
it
start
away.
bottling it and selling it and call it spring water from the mountains or something.
Even if you tell me it was treated and cleaned, if it was poo-poo water, treated and cleaned.
No, the wastewater
We're
you don't. Yeah, the
That's- that-
wastewater
they
is
don't
a
put
different
that back
thing.
around.
We never consider that, but
I hope not.
in
Only in
Ja-
Northwoods.
in Japan, when you in Japan, they treat and recycle their water all the time. But you got a 40-story building with
Right.
10,000 people living there. What they have a treatment plant in the basement. They treat the water, the wastewater, pump it back up to their toilets and
Think about that when you're in Japan on a
non-potable.
Tall
And
hotel.
it's a closed system, so they can do that. But we don't have a place, not a single place in Hunsel County
What
where
do you
you can
think
get
happens at the International Space
10,000
Station?
users, 10,000 users
They
in,
opened the hatch, Rayford.
Where do they get
in
the
a small
fresh water
area.
coming
You know
from?
what I'm talking about.
And first off, let me let the listeners know the number to call to talk to Royce, 910-333-0139. Talk about everything that's water and poop. So Royce, is there any way to move up these 40 years to get where we need to be?
Well, we need DEQ to make rules that
How do we-
allow us to discharge.
What's the telephone number? How can we reach them and tell them? Or
I think there's
is it something the legislature is dealing with now?
Well, our legislature passed legislation in 2024, so last year, telling the DEQ to make rules to change this process. So then it's been taken a year for a DEQ to get around to having hearings to change the process.
So
So-
DEQ has got the order. They just now need to change the rules. And I assume that they will continue testing your outflow.
Absolutely. And look, that's a good point, Rayford. Once they change the rules, we're still going to have to get permits.
Uh-huh.
We're going to have to show them that this stream or low flow ditch or whatever you want to
Mhm.
call it, we're going to have to be able to prove that is suitable to accept the water, that our water meets the standards that they set for that discharge. And then we will have to report probably at least monthly on the discharge that we're putting into that stream, and we're going to have to test and make sure that we're not causing pollution downstream somewhere. All this stuff is so highly regulated that, and there's another benefit too. If Onwassa could discharge treated waste into a low flow stream, then Onwassa would have to maintain that stream downstream and keep it clean. One of the biggest flooding issues we had during Hurricane Florence
Those
was
little
blocked
beavers out
up,
there.
was
That's right.
blocked streams
Good
that
point.
couldn't handle the additional water. That would be another opportunity or source for getting our streams and ditches cleaned
Well, I'll
out.
tell you what, if you got constant water flowing through it, and so during times of droughts and whatever, or low flowing, nothing's happening, like a lot of the streams have,
Mhm.
that's the opportunity for those little four-legged creatures to build things that get in the way of the flow of water. Okay.
That's right.
So if you got constant flow of water coming down, they're going to go find somewhere else to build their dams.
Well, another point to make too, also, Royce, is, and I'm sure Onwassa is already doing the testing on a regular basis, the outflow test and stuff like that. All they're doing is asking permission to send it down the stream. But, I'm sure Onwassa would not be letting anything go downstream that wasn't regulated, because the fines could shut them down.
Oh Lord, the fines are huge.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
We tried. You hear about sewage spills.
Mhm.
And
Occasionally.
occasionally,
Not like
there
in
are
your sewer.
sewage spills. You can't help that. But again, one of my arguments before the DEQ was our treated waste is much better for the environment than the tens of thousands of septic tanks that are putting
absolutely.
waste into the
Yes.
environment
Yes.
every day in Onslow County.
Oh,
So, we
What happens to those honey pumpers, the trucks that come by to pump out the stuff out of your septic tank? Where do they put that stuff legally?
Yeah, they have, most of them have, they have discharge permits
Uh-huh.
where they're supposed to put it into a spray field or a pond, just
Mhm.
like we have to do on a much larger
do
scale.
they have to treat theirs
Um,
first?
Nope.
No, they don't treat it.
Nope. I've seen in other counties where they've been caught in pulling over beside the road or down a dirt road somewhere.
Well, we caught one in Onwassa several years ago. He was opening up the man covers.
Drama.
and
Let's hear
dumping it
about
in-
that story.
Dumping it into
I'm
the
sorry, he was opening a drain cover.
manhole cover.
Manhole.
Yeah,
Wow.
a manhole.
to
It was.
runoff, to waste water.
Right.
Not waste
He
water,
was,
but rainwater.
He was back in the back of Burton Park where there's not any
People.
development or people.
Nobody
on
was
the
smiling.
weekends. He was
Yep.
going out there and pulling up a manhole cover and dumping his truck in there.
Oh.
Yeah, and Jeff Hudson, who was our CEO at the time, actually caught him.
Oh, personally got him?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was.
Is there a dash cam of this anywhere?
Citizens arrest. Citizens arrest. Go get this is a Jeff arrest. I got you, Bubba.
Yeah, you'll have to get Jeff in there to tell you about that sometime. Oh me, that was a time. But yeah, you talked about your water bill too, and we're working on installing AMI meters.
Nice.
Those are automatic read meters that are used that use cellular connections to report to our data station.
I'm sorry, the call you're trying to make has been blocked.
I mean, who doesn't have those anymore?
We're actually going to finish on the island. We started with the island because that's pretty much the farthest that our meter readers have to drive.
Wow.
So we'll finish with the island this year in our budget. And the couple of benefits, if you get a water leak, if our meter reader goes by once a month and you have a high water bill, well, you got a high water bill. It's too late. They'll call you
for 24 days.
They'll call you and say, "Hey, dude, you used twice as much water last month as you did the month before. You better check and make sure okay, but the damage is already done. The water's gone, the bill's there, and we can work with you on the bill, but we can't make it go away. But with an AMI meter, they'll be able to set parameters and say, okay, if your water usage tomorrow is up 10% from today, or then,
Ding,
then
ding,
we're
ding,
gonna,
ding, ding.
that's right. Just set off an alarm. We can call and we can say, hey, you want to check and make sure your toilet's not running, you don't have a leak someplace. Maybe we can stop that before it becomes a major issue.
For all of you people, regardless of where you live in Oslo, probably other counties if you're listening as well. If you're on a water system, a county water system, a city water system, a private water system, or whatever, make absolutely sure if you have been with that system for quite some time and you had a landline telephone that you were using, and that's the way they used to contact you, and you, like the rest of us, do not have said landline telephone number anymore. They have no way of reaching you by telephone, and it may be 3, 4, 5 days of that excessive water flowing into nowhere, as it did with me. They have my phone number now.
A couple of days after he got his knock on the door, I got a phone call from the city of Jacksonville, same thing. But I knew what mine was before I saw it, and I said, yeah, I know what it is. I stupidly left the water hose on.
Let me talk about the Onwassa Board of Directors for.
Oh, yeah, I
Yes,
remember
please
that.
do. Do you need a
Remember?
new director?
No.
Why do you say no like that and look
Because it's
at
him.
me?
You want a job?
No.
Unpaid job, a free job?
No.
Yeah, on Thursday night, the board of directors meets on Onwassa, and will be considering a resolution to change our bylaws so that our board of directors does not have to be an elected official anymore.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
The current bylaws state that that the board of directors is made up of 2 elected officials from Monzo County Board of Commissioners, 2 elected officials from the Jacksonville City Council, 1 elected official from each of Swansboro, Richlands,
Right.
North Topsail Beach,
Holly Ridge.
and Holly Ridge.
Now-
What we are doing is we're changing that bylaws so that the towns and the county can appoint anybody that they want to, whether elected or not. If they want to appoint one of their elected officials, they certainly can do that. But if they have somebody else who would be better to represent their town or locality
Right.
on the board, then they can appoint anybody they want to.
Let's be honest. On a town board, you may or may not have anybody there, first of all, with any expertise or with any desire to know anything about what goes on in the water department, right?
That's
They
right.
may not know what water is unless it doesn't come on when they open their spigot. That's about all they know about it.
Yeah.
So you really need somebody.
One of the town council members actually told me I would point out that every one of our municipalities has approved this resolution.
Mhm.
So, but one of the town council people told me that they didn't have anybody on their board that was interested in Onwassa. They didn't really want to be. Didn't
It
really
was going
want
to be a
be there.
voluntold instead of a
That's,
volunteer.
you know,
I like that.
I've said several times, Onwassa in 25 years ago was about a $20 million a year company, and now it's a $63 million a year company.
Wow.
So we need people on our board who want to be there, who want to learn about water and sewer, who maybe have some business experience
Mhm.
would be helpful. And this is going to give the towns an opportunity to appoint somebody who will really be good for them, for their
I
representation,
have a question.
and good for Onwassa.
I have a question. Okay, so you're doing this, which I agree with, because I know what your bylaws were. But does that still put you as the CEO? Well, you're the chairman of the board. You're still the one that's responsible for going to the county government and reporting in, correct? In other words, you have to give them a monthly report, or
Each of the directors gets a weekly report, actually.
but who are you the liaison between Onwassa and the county government?
Yes.
So you personally, because you're chairman of the board, right? So we still then do have
Well,
an
Tony
elected official that's looking out for our best interests also.
Onslow County has Tony Pageant too, which is
Right.
so both of us represent the citizens of Onslow County.
Theo is calling.
Oh, goody.
But before we take Theo, who I love, Theo, you know I love you, but Roy, so with all these other municipalities, they fall under the county, and I know the city falls under the county, right? Because
The city
the
of
city's within
Jacksonville.
the county, right?
Yeah, the city of Jacksonville is in Onslow County, right?
Right. So, well, the reason I'm asking is you got two representatives from the city council, and so are these going to? Why?
Why?
That's the way it was set
Yeah.
up.
Well, that is the way it was originally set up, and some of our directors have advocated for changing that. And if our board of directors chooses to, if they tell me that they want to change that, then I'll go to work to change it.
Well, and Lee, the reason I asked it is probably what you're saying is that I'm not sure they have a vested interest in all
Yeah,
this.
I see both sides
I
of
do
it,
too, but-
but yeah, I'm just like, why?
Okay.
Yeah, because
They did
they
not.
do their own water for the
Right.
most part. They get some from Onwassa.
We work well with them, and we
Yeah.
want to keep a working relationship. But they didn't
Absolutely.
turn over their assets to Onwassa as originally anticipated. So, yeah.
Okay, Theo, how are you, sir?
Good morning, deplorables. How we doing today?
How
We're
are my
hanging in
friend?
here. Hope you are.
Commissioner, how you doing?
Can you hear
He
me?
said, Commissioner. how are you?"
We're getting his
Uh-oh.
headphones. So
Yeah, we got to get some noise coming out of his ears, coming into his ears.
There we go.
All right, Theo.
You all right?
Yeah, he's good.
So listen, before I go to the commissioner, my buddy Tim, right?
Yes.
Complaining about New York. Tell him not to worry about New York. Worry about Jacksonville down here in North Carolina. Okay?
I have to agree with you,
about
Theo.
New York. They've got 8 million people to worry about. Okay?
Theo, I agree with you. But the problem reason he has to worry about the Jackassville here that we got here is because we got so many of those people from up north down here.
Yeah. And you're opening a lot of your eyes because we don't want you to be Jackassville forever. You know?
Well, then maybe they should go home.
You're flying an American flag. When you stop doing an American flag, then we'll go home. We're all immigrants, you know what I mean? But we're documented. You can't send us home now.
I don't want to send you home.
Yeah, all right. Commissioner, how you doing?
I'm all right, Theo. I hate that Rayford got y'all stirred up before I get started. Come on, Rayford. Hey, Theo, how are you?
All right. So how many terms you're running for?
How many terms am I running for? I've been a commissioner for 9 years. So next year I'll be 10 years when this term ends. And if I get elected again, then I'll be 14.
And he's done a good job.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So we like term limits, but I guess you're going to keep going for a while, right?
Well, I'd like to go one more term. I'll tell you, it's if when I look at my 9 years that I've been in office now, I spent 6 of them trying to recover from one disaster after the other. 18 months after I was elected, Hurricane Florence came
right.
along. It devastated our tax base and devastated our people in our county. And then 18 months after that was COVID, and the prices of everything that we do doubled, tripled, quadrupled.
Exactly.
And yeah, I mean, we've been recovering for years, and it's like, Theo, just the last couple of years, we have actually gotten to a point in Onslow County where we can do the things that we need to do for our citizens and move the county forward. And we got so many good things going. I really want to be a part of that for the next 4 years. We're working hard on our parks. Our people say that they want more parks. They want more recreational opportunities.
Okay.
We're working hard on that.
Okay,
Yeah,
but look,
go ahead.
you're running for 4-year terms as commissioner. So you put 8, you're in the 9, so you're in your 3rd year of a commissioner, right? Which will carry you to 12 years, and you want to run for another 4 years on top of that? Is that what you're saying? I didn't get it.
Yeah, that's kind of confusing because I've actually run 3 times,
Right.
but one time I got a 2-year term because
In the transition
we
period.
transitioned from
Okay, I got it.
to a 7-member
Okay.
board, and I got lucky and got a 2-year term. So
Okay, I got it.
yes, sir.
So we had Darcy here last week, and she claimed that the fire department ran out of water. Now, you knew this problem for 8 years, going on 9 years that you know this problem. Can you fix this problem? Because putting another term, we need people that come in with fresh connections, fresh thoughts. So we want people to do this problem. So this water, how can you tell your people that your fired truck ran out of water? Now you're telling me that these pipes are 4 inch and 6, there should be 6 inch, 4 inch, 2 inch. Okay. And you're always talking about the budget. The Republicans, it's always about the budget, but you never fix the thing. Okay, go to the government, go to the federal government. We had money for infrastructure. Get your senators to get you money to get this done. You can't just pop the water anywhere because you have a lot of sick people here. They have allergies. They have this. They have that. So medically, your air and your water has to be to the finest. Okay? So we want people that will fix the problem. They might have better connections. They might have better thoughts. So 2 terms, 3 terms. Okay, I'll give you a 3rd term. But you can't come up after 4 years and say, well, I still want to stay in because I'm trying to fix this problem. No, it doesn't work that way. Do you agree?
Well, the issue in Holly Ridge is highly exaggerated. They actually that actually, I mean, the lack of water pressure. Yeah, I mean, they had a few hours where they didn't have water pressure in their homes, and I hate that. They use thousands and thousands of gallons of water. But again, that is a legacy problem from the town of Holly Ridge that gave their assets over to Onwassa. And I guess my question to you would be, Theo, I mean, how much more are you willing to pay? How much can I raise your water
I
and sewer
don't
bill?
care. You can raise it. Look, we're all paying the 5 cents. When you get 5 cents from everybody, I don't mind paying that kind of stuff when you tell me good things is going to come out of it.
I
Okay,
appreciate
now
that.
you're trying
Yes.
to put another development in Holly Ridge when Onwassa should go fix the water problem first. So you're saying we're going let's sell this property, let's put another 2,000 homes over there, and good luck. No, it doesn't work that way. We listen to this kind of stuff that you guys are talking about. You got to take care of this stuff. What do you mean, how much am I going to pay? If you tell me my tax is going up because my pipes are only 4 inches or 2 inches and my fire truck is going to run out of water, what do you think I'm going to say? No? You think I'm going to say no to that? You're raising the price for that?
We're working
No,
on.
we're not going to say no to that. Okay, if you want to build a town that's up to 2025 and you still got pipe problems, obviously all these commissioners did not do their job. Okay, all these years.
All right, Theo, we're gonna take a pause here and let Royce answer some of your questions.
Commissioner, take it easy. Okay?
Thank
Don't mean
you.
to upset you. But we're
That's all right.
listening. We're watching what you people are doing.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, Theo.
Thank you, Theo.
You know, it'll be several years before those homes are built in Holly Ridge. We're already working on drilling 2 new wells down in that Camp Davis area, so we can
Now,
supply
the pipes,
those.
the distribution system is something that Onwassa did not build.
That's right.
Yes,
Yep.
and you've been through a
Just,
number of other areas because I've seen the big little pipes alongside the road and the ditches and everything else has been done. But I know that you guys, when you inherit something, if it's working, might not be to the satisfaction or to the best in the best interest of everybody, but it's working. There are places that it was not working at all, right?
That's right.
and you've had to
Yeah.
get that going. And then it's kind of like triage as you go into an emergency room after a plane crash or a wreck. They're going to triage patients and do with the ones that are life-threatening injuries first. Period.
The challenge, and he says we're worried about the budget. Well, yeah, I mean the challenge. There are so many needs that the challenge is to balance what is the priority and how much can you make people pay for it. We have pipes in Richlands that are 150 years old. They need to be replaced, but they cost millions of dollars a mile to replace those pipes, and somebody's got to pay for it. Theo would be happy to pay more, and I'm glad. That'll probably happen.
One of the few.
But
He also mentioned going to our federal government to get grant money and do whatever. You guys do that on a regular basis, right?
we get grant money every year, usually when we have a federal budget and a state budget. But we're working on a $10 million grant now to help provide sewer service in Holly Ridge. So there are just a lot of things, and people don't know about it. And I appreciate the questions. I appreciate the inquiries. I think that we're doing everything that we can possibly do to try to fix things as quickly as possible without doubling, tripling our ratepayers' cost. I agree that younger, new people may have different ideas. If you're talking about commissioners, I got a feeling there's going to be an opening for a commissioner. If you want to elect a younger, I know Tim and I are going to run. At least that's what he said. One may not run. If she doesn't run, then there'll be an opening for a younger person if they want to come in. And with the change in ONWASA board, we're going to have several new board members on ONWASA. And, if you're in one of the jurisdictions that's going to change their ONWASA director, then you have an opportunity to encourage them to appoint somebody who's, young, fresh, new, whatever.
Maybe Theo could be appointed.
Yeah. I don't know where he lives, somewhere out Gum Branch or something.
No.
So,
And what it's going to cost. Because if this was taken care of, these pipes that you say about the budget, if these pipes were taken care of 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you wouldn't have the same expense. If you wait another 5 years or 10 years, who knows what that's going to be. So you got to take in consideration, the longer you wait, the more it's going to cost. Yes or no?
that's absolutely correct, Theo.
Okay.
We have about $200 million worth of capital programs scheduled for the next 10 years. So we got to raise $200 million to pay for those.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say.
And we're trying to prioritize.
Rayford, this is why you need northerners down here to push on this kind of stuff, because you're sleeping at the wheel, okay? Thank you.
Bye.
Did that even make sense?
To him.
Oh, yeah. Phew, okay. Look, before I get out of here, there are a couple things on the county side I'd like to mention.
Okay.
Every survey we do says that our people want more parks and recreational opportunities. And we have a parks and recreation survey out there that Lee is putting on your Facebook page, I think, right now.
Yeah, I already have.
If you go to HonsonCountyNC.gov, we would love to have your input on what you would like to see in our parks and recreation over the next few years. And
Are the parks and recreational facilities that we have in the city, the county, throughout the whole area here, are they underutilized, used enough, overutilized? Do we need more to accommodate more people?
well,
That'd be the first question.
yes, sir. The surveys, I mean, the count, people count says that we have millions of visitors every year to our parks, and some are utilized more than others. So, but the issue I think is most of our parks need some improvements, which we've unfortunately had to delay because of things like hurricanes and
A pandemic.
pandemics. So they haven't gotten the attention that they needed over the last several years. And so we're trying to catch up on some of that. We're going to spend $1.5 million in North Topsail Beach on our beach accesses.
Mhm.
Those are important to us. But there are also areas of the county that are underserved. Like I believe one of the areas we've identified is out White Oak, Belgrade, Swansboro area, where there's not a county park and there aren't county facilities. It seems like people want soccer, baseball fields, that kind of stuff, a lot. So we're looking at how we can expand in those areas where we don't have facilities. So number one, improve what we got. Number two, find places where we need to add facilities.
Okay.
Yeah. The other survey that we've got going is the fire rescue or the fire service survey. And it doesn't matter if you're in the fire service or you know anything about the fire service. We want our citizens to tell us what they think of our fire service, regardless of their level of involvement, whether they're a member of a fire department or somebody who's never had to call the fire department. We'd like to know what you think of our fire service as it now operates.
Now, some of those fire services you're talking about, fire services, but they service like the town of Holly Ridge, town of North Topsail. Do they have their own standalone, or do you also work with North Topsail? Everybody's got, I know, mutual aid, but is that a county?
We
fire
provide this survey is intended to look at the overall county and the fire service that we need in the county.
Okay.
Because none of us are standalone. The Jacksonville Fire Department responds outside of the city for mutual aid. Every fire department helps the other ones. So what we need is the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And I say that like, for example, something off the top of my head, the city has a ladder truck that'll reach however many feet it'll reach. So does the department that's right outside the city need the same equipment, or do they need something different? When the city can respond to their needs in their fire district. Mm-hmm. So we want to know, that we're spending the taxpayers' money as effectively and efficiently as we possibly can. We don't want to duplicate services. We want to know that the equipment that can be shared is shared, and that the departments have what they need, but not in excess. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, we're looking for input from the county, from the municipalities, from anybody who lives in Onslow County, and even those who don't. There's actually, I did the survey myself. There's actually a place in there to know that you don't live in Onslow County.
Doing it right now.
Yeah. So we would love to have your input on that survey. We're putting a lot of taxpayer dollars into fire service. We want to make sure that everybody has the service that they need. Mm-hmm. And not more that they need, or not services that they don't need.
Okay.
I was just looking at the survey for the Parks and Recreation, and it was pretty cool. Everybody needs to go in and take that, even if you live in the city, because you still access and use the county parks. But some of the things that I appreciate that they put on that survey is the beach access. That's considered part of the program too. And we use the beach access a lot, and the amenities that they have there for the ease of use is so great. And then they were doing a list of what are some of the things you'd like to see. And they listed arts, music lessons, great stuff. You need to go in there and fill it out, because the more people that show an interest, if you really are interested in maybe free music lessons for kids, mark it. are arts and dance, and there's soccer, there's kickball, there's football, lacrosse, it's pickleball. There's so many things listed in there that if you think that's what we need, click. I think it's a great survey.
There's so many needs, and we want to make sure that we're spending your tax dollars where you want us to,
Right.
and not someplace where we don't. And we're also trying to coordinate with the city. You know, I said a couple times, if you look at the city's new recreation facility out Western Boulevard, if they're going to build soccer fields, maybe we need to build baseball fields.
Right.
If they're going to go in one direction, maybe we need to fill the need in another direction. So let's not duplicate services if we can help it.
You take a lesson
That's
from the community
smart.
college system in North Carolina, you will see that adjoining counties where they have community colleges, each one of them has at least one or two areas that they specialize in, that you don't have to go. That not each one of the community colleges doesn't do that because they're all within driving range.
Right.
So that is a really good idea.
Okay.
Royce, thank
Well,
you.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
Royce.
you guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good seeing you at the
It's been
parade
fun.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Your
I
grandchildren.
didn't see the dress you were wearing though.
There was.
It was just a skirt.
You
It wasn't a whole dress.
I lost my skirt at the parade if anybody found it. You started it, Chris.
Oh, it was the crime stuff.
Started it. I
Okay.
would have never said that.
Thank you, Rayford.
I
Ray,
did-
you started.
I did do. You did it. You did
No,
it.
you said we lost my skirt.
I think you're going to need a city permit to expand your parking lot.
Yeah.
Need to paint stripes on it. To get people to
What I
park.
need,
Yeah.
some of these firehouses, are any of them getting rid of their fire poles in there? Because we need one for,
No, we don't.
for him. We could put one in here.
No,
Drop in. Yeah. All right.
That's what
Thank you.
happened to the skirt. Tell
Thanks,
the
y'all.
Poor
Have a
Chris
good day.
Royce, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much as
Thanks,
always.
Royce.
All right.
Next
Bye.
commissioner meeting next week?
Next week.
Next week, Monday night. Okay. Gotcha.
There you go. Oh, my. Let's do a real quick. It's going to be rough in the ocean. So, y'all, it's just going to be rough. Just kind of don't, and you'll be better off. And we'll let you know when you can go. But right now, you just do not want to go. We don't want to read about you anymore. Okay. Now, tonight it's going to be colder.
Tonight, the temperature is going to drop 157 degrees. We're going to go down to a low of 29 with a possibility of flurries, and not so much the flurry around due to excitement, but the kind that falls from the sky.
It won't be snow.
It'll just be, I had all this. Let me look up.
It will
flurries
be
again.
some possibility of
Right.
flurry,
Yes.
no accumulation.
Right.
School will be in session tomorrow as planned, unless the heating systems go out.
Flurries can refer to a light, brief snowfall with no significant accumulation, a sudden commotion or activity, or a sudden gust of wind.
Okay. There will be some wind attached to what's going on already
Right.
now, and
Yes.
what will be going on. The winds are kicking at 5 miles per hour on a steady basis, with some gusts of 9, 10.
Mhm.
And we're going to have temperatures falling. They are pretty much at a high now.
Right.
Okay. They
pretty
were at
good.
midnight.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be falling, and tonight down to around freezing, maybe a little bit below 29 or so.
Right.
And that means if you got
Sure.
plants that have still producing tomatoes, wrap them up, heat them up, bring them in, put them on the windowsills, and let the green tomatoes ripen. Okay,
And
or
then-
fried green tomatoes, one or the other. You got other fruits and things out
Right.
there. I got to pick some persimmons today because I'm going to bring them in. I got a tree full.
Are you going to open them up and see if they have like the spoon in them? You know what Carol keeps saying? If you open them up and it's got like a spoon shape in them or whatever, it means we're getting snow this year. Carol Town. That's what she keeps saying.
Okay.
You'll have to call her before you open it.
Okay. I'll figure. I don't know what I was talking about, but anyway,
Persimmons.
if you've got any fruits or something like that, the frost or freeze, we're probably not going to have frost because it's going to be too windy,
Yay.
We likely will have at least some freezing throughout the county in places, and that will kill stuff that's growing. So
Mhm.
wrap it up, bring it in, do something if you want to safeguard it.
Right.
Bring
Bring your pets in.
Oh yeah,
Turn off your
definitely
water
your pets.
hoses.
Don't take my pets in.
Wrap your nozzles.
Well, it's not going to be so cold. You're going to have to worry about
Or
a whole lot of
they're
that.
talking a hard freeze from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. So,
You know how long it takes
and
for
I've
water to
seen them
freeze?
put out. I know, but I've seen them put out the warnings about your water hoses. But in case you're interested,
The water hoses themselves, turn them off,
Yeah.
take them off of the spigots, and drain them. Otherwise, any water, there's a trap in there. When the
Mhm.
water freezes, it expands.
Yep.
And then you can go over there to the stores and buy yourself a new hose.
if you want to see some nice snow, Grandfather Mountain, they're expecting accumulation tonight. So, heavy snowfall.
It'll look good on TV.
Yes, it
I'm
will.
not going otherwise. All right.
No
That's
doubt.
about it for today. Tomorrow, we have nobody.
No one as of yet. And we have a pretty busy rest of the week, though.
Yeah, we do. And coming up on Wednesday, our normal, we got Dr. Rosemary Stein and
Yes.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Peter Wright
Mhm.
himself, talking about Medicare and all that sort of good stuff. And folks, I'm still getting stuff. I'm getting calls. Not as many calls as I used to get because I blocked most of the numbers. So the repeat callers, they have to change numbers to call me. And then we've got
Mayor Pete
Mayor,
from Holly Ridge.
the newly elected. He's mayor-elect right now,
Yeah.
but he is the
Mayor-elect.
mayor, but he's also the mayor-elect for Holly Ridge. And we had him in here last month. Yep, last month,
yes.
and had a great conversation with him.
Right.
But folks, don't get your. Well, we're talking issues.
Your knickers in a knot.
Yeah, we're talking issues. We're not talking personalities. all
Right.
Right. I'm still getting personality stuff coming into my emails left and right,
Yeah.
so I may have to ask him about that, but that'll be up to me. That won't be up to y'all. If I've got questions to ask him about that, cool. But if you want to know about what some of the issues are, and we heard already this morning about Holly Ridge and the water lines and
Yep.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
that could be a major undertaking because that's also, that's part of the city, that the city's
Mhm.
got some responsibilities there. So we'll have to see how that's going to go. See what he's got to say about that. What else do we got?
Thursday is
Pop it up again. Friday.
Friday we have a friend of mine, Noreen Rossetti. She's going to be coming in talking about a nonprofit that is trying to gather foods and etc. for the upcoming holiday
Mhm.
for her organization. She also used to be, I'm not sure she still is, the director of the Young Marines here in Onslow County. So
Good.
we welcome her in. It'll be nice to see her again.
And Friday we will be getting ready. On your mark, get set, kick
Dun,
off,
dun, dun, dun.
and it will
round
be
two. Round two.
Dun, dun,
round
dun.
two.
Round two.
Hornet Central.
Hornet Central.
Yeah.
Hornet Central against the Mighty Cards of
Yes.
Jacksonville Senior High.
Okay.
And we
Right.
will be going
That's what's gonna
forward
happen.
ever.
So,
That's
so
right.
get your
Back
best
what you
together.
never-
We'll be talking about weather between now and then. So we'll tell you what to wear, bikinis or,
To get up in the morning.
snowsuits.
Well, it's going to be hard getting up in the morning.
When?
Tomorrow morning. It's going to be cold and you're all snuggled in your fuzzy warm blanket with your
You
puppies.
can
And
turn your heat on. You know that in your house.
yeah, I may have to tonight.
Yeah.
It'll be the first time.
I gotta
Hope for a
re-
heat index.
I got to repair my trailer so I can go get a load of wood. I want enough wood to get me through the winter because I love a fire and a fireplace.
Yes. I've got to open mine back up. I need to crawl up on the roof today.
You need to put up an antenna today.
I know. I was going to do it yesterday. I didn't get to it. It won't take me 10 minutes to put it up.
Is that to run the cable?
That's running the cable too. I've already got it all planned
Have you
out.
got the cable?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, I've had it. I've got everything I need. I just need to get out and do it.
We'll talk after the show here about what kind of cable you got. See if you got the right stuff.
Mhm.
Okay. We'll see you in the morning. Have a great rest of your day. Get your mess together because this is going to be sloppy, but not critical.
Right.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. You're live and local Real Talk where we're always awake, where we're almost always awake, but never woke.
Have a
See you in the
blessed
morning.
day.
Have a great day. Be safe, please.